Hey, hi, hello, divas. I hope y'all are doing fabulous this week. I just want to start things off by saying thank you so much for tuning in yet again and hanging out with me, letting me keep you company in the car, in while you clean, just whatever. Thank you. I have been receiving so much wonderful feedback on this silly little show of mine, and I just wanted to thank you all again right off the top. It's been so much fun making this, and I'm excited to continue. I've been able to have some wonderful conversations with some fabulous people, and it's fun to organize my thoughts and to just yap to y'all in a more long form way. So, thank you right off the bat. And then also take this quick little opportunity before we dive just right in. I do have a buy me a coffee set up. So should you decide you want to support this little show, you can. That's buymeacoffee.com/diva. So buymeacoffee.com/YKNOWDIVA, just like the show. No pressure, no obligation. Please do not feel like you have to or should. I appreciate you listening, but I know some of you are wanting to go above and beyond and with your little support, and I appreciate that. So that option is there. But anyway, let's just jump right in, Diva. Okay, so since we last spoke, I know last week's episode didn't have this solo portion in the beginning because it was just a big long feature with Janet, which I was so much fun. But we do have some things to cover this time. I got to catch up. So since we last got a chance to dive into the threads void, this whole would you rather run into a bear or a man in the woods debacle, wild to see play out in real time. I can't even remember who exactly now started it. I wanna say it started, like, on TikTok, is that what I remember? I'm not on TikTok, but I feel like I saw somewhere that it was a trend that started on TikTok and then made its way over into Threads, and there was some guy on there that, like, posted a reaction to it that made it go way, way viral. That's what I saw, where he was talking about being an Eagle Scout, something like that. Silly, but a lot of guys are missing the point of it. Like, the point of it was that a lot of women, or and femme presenting people don't feel comfortable around men, and, like, that was the point, and a lot of men misconstrued that, it seems, at least from what I saw. Like, they took it as a personal attack, a lot of them did. That's not the point. They were taking it literally and being like, "Well, a bear would maul you," like, it's neither here nor there. I'm not interested in diving too much into it, but that did happen, and seeing that happen in real time was wild, and ugh. Just know that I understand it, and I poked fun a little bit of it, while it was kind of happening, or I think I said something like, "I never made it to Eagle Scouts, I quit at Weeblos," or something or other, but anyway, I digress. I'm just gonna keep rambling on, but that happened, and we all made it through that, so hooray. Uh, don't mind my millennial, that happened. Oh god. But, besides that, what we're still dealing with, at least I know I'm seeing it, I know I'm not the only one, the bots. Divas, the bots on Threads are wild. There are so, so many of them, and I block dozens a day, and then I think with that, like, there's also been weirdness with the algorithm, and, like, everyone is experiencing low engagement. I know I definitely am, but it seems to be, like, a site-wide thing. But I'm wondering if I mean, the bots have to have something to do with that, right? Like, I mean, in my head, I could be completely off base. This is not my wheelhouse, and I'm just speculating, pulling shit out of my ass at this point. But, like, I feel like the bots might have something to do with the algorithm. Like, is it like an overflow situation? I don't know. But a lot of that is happening in the threads void. That's pretty much the bulk of it. I'm just kind of staying the course. I'm dicking around, having fun. I've been posting a lot of pictures of like my body and my progress and stuff through the gym because I've been going to the gym all year, pretty consistently. And in the last few weeks, my brother, who is very fit and very into weightlifting and all that, he put me on like a little plan to help build some muscle, and I think it has been working. My boyfriend Ethan has noticed it. Coworkers have noticed, like I've noticed, and I've y'all have noticed, I'm sure, because I've been sharing more. But it has been feeling pretty good to like. I'm as I think I've just even spoken on this podcast about, I've had some ups and downs with my body image and struggle with that every day. So it's nice that I'm feeling right now, especially during summertime or the onset of summer, that I'm feeling confident and I'm feeling good. So that's fun. It's fun to post that and to participate in the weekly tags like the Fishnet Friday one, which I just posted a couple more of those today, but now I'm out of fishnets. So, like, either I start re-wearing ones I've worn already and kinda restyle it, or I need to get some more fishnets to participate 'cause I'm out now, but with that, we'll transfer right on over into Diva Book Club, which since we last talked, I finished up, the Kitty Car book, but it was okay. Like, we had our book club meeting about it. I mean, we rated it a decent star rate. I think it was like a total like 4 or something, average of 4 out of 5. But it was okay. It wasn't my favorite. It just wasn't something I could get into. But I also think a lot of that was the timing of it. I had a lot going on all at the same time of trying to get that book read. Uh, but anyway, I mean, I might have to revisit that, but we made it through that. And then I started Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings is the one that I've started for this month's book club. And that's a fun one. Like, it's been fun so far. I mean, it's very fun and dramatique, and there's romance and there's drugs and then there's fashion, and it's all very British, and it's so far it's fun. I think I'm probably like a third of the way through it right now, and I'm having a good time. It feels very like Gossip Girl in a way. Like, it deals with like wealthy, rich, wealthy and well, wealthy and famous people, I guess is what I'm meaning to say. But it's fun. I would recommend it so far. Based off of what I've read so far, I would recommend. As far as what I'm watching, I've started falling back into a Friends rewatch. Started it back at the beginning in season 1, and that's one of those shows where, like, some of it aged pretty alright, but there's still so much of it that did not age well at all, and it's still, like, it's a nostalgia show for me, it's a comfort show for me. So I've been putzing through that. I'm almost done with the 1st season already, but it's been fun rewatching that. And then that's pretty much it for what I've been watching, 'cause I kind of, am binging Friends, but what I've been listening to since we last talked, there's been lots of fun music. Dua Lipa's Radical Optimism came out since we last got to talk about this stuff, and oh my gosh, divas, I love that album. It has been on repeat. It's a no skip. I know I was reading some of the reviews on it, and it seems to be pretty polarizing from what I've seen, although, like, it seems maybe leans a little bit more positive reception, but a lot of people I saw didn't like it, which, I mean, fair. I very much loved it. I think it's a fun summer album. I'm probably gonna be playing it when I go and Sunday later today. But I thought it was fun, and I think it's fun for the summer. And then, I think my favorite is Illusion. Like, my favorites with the singles would be Illusion, and then I think my favorite non-single one would probably be These Walls, I think, is my favorite non-single on that. But still, no skip, very fun album. And then today, Billie Eilish's new album came out, and oh gosh, what was that called again? I should. It just came out, and I listened to it all today. And again, I liked it. Oh, Hit Me Hard and Soft. A quick listen, only like 10 minutes, or only 10 songs, and like 45 minutes, 43, 44 minutes, something like that. But it was a good listen. I enjoyed it, and I'll definitely need to listen through it again. But I was impressed, and I think that she put out a nice solid album as she always does. But she's one of those artists where she everything she does is great. So, like, every time she comes out with something new, it's almost like you're waiting with bated breath to see if it's also going to be great or if it's going to flop. But she's still doing it. So I highly recommend both Dua Lipa's and Billie Eilish's albums. For, like, summertime music is coming, divas. And as far as what I'm playing, I have started playing with, one of my besties. We were playing Content Warning, which I know, like, I'm late to that party, but that has been so much fun to play. It's like, for those of you that don't know, it's like a multiplayer game online where you can, like, you're each a member of, like, a film crew, and you're trying to get content of scary monsters, scary things happening, in like the underground, and like each you get 3 days to do it, and like one of you holds the camera, one of you runs audio, one of you like there you can get soundboards, create like you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. But the point of the game is to get views and on your spooky content that you capture. But and you get to actually save those videos out, and that reminds me I need to share some on Threads. I think that'd be fun. But you could actually export those videos out and share them, so that's been pretty fun. I also kind of dipped my toe into Little Kitty Big City, I think is what it was called, because I have Microsoft Game Pass, and so it was on there, and that's super cute. It's basically like it gives Untitled Goose Game, but with a cat vibes. So like that, I was playing through that a little bit, and that's been fun. Um, and then I've also been getting the itch to kind of play a Stardew Valley type game, but like not Stardew Valley. And I remembered that like I was a Kickstarter backer for Coral Island, and I played the alpha and all that, but I haven't played it really since then. Like I don't even think I really dipped my toe in since it came out officially, but I saw some video playthroughs of it, and I was like, huh, that actually looks kind of cute. Like you can get pets and things in there now, and I didn't know that. Like that definitely wasn't there when I played. So I think I've been wanting to kind of dip my toe back into that, but there's just so much going on and so many games I want to play. But I think that Coral Island could be a fun one to kind of kick back and unwind with. Then also, my best friend got me some games for my birthday, and it was Bear and Breakfast. I was playing that one where you're literally a bear running a bed and breakfast, and so that one's been fun. And then she also got me Cult of Lamb, which I've heard a lot of good things about, but I've never played, but that's on my list. And then there was one other one that I can't remember off the top of my head now, but they're all like fun, like little cozy type games. But I so many games that I have to start playing through and trying. But anyway, I'm rambling now. But I all that to say, I want to try Coral Island again, and I think I'm gonna. So you might start seeing me post that stuff again. But with that, let's go ahead and just pivot in to my favorite part of the show, which is the I Want to Know Diva segment. And this week's guest, I'm excited to go back. I haven't actually edited it together yet, but I'm excited to go back and listen through it and cut it all together. But again, one of my OG Threads mutuals. And we're talking about something that is, I mean, it may be a little heavier, but like it's also happy and nice. And I'm excited. So let's go ahead and let's go do that. I'll see you in just a second. All right, fabulous. Hey, hi, hello, divas. Welcome to another segment of the podcast. Where you know what you're here, but another segment of I Want to Know Diva, where I bring on a friend, a guest to just tell me about their passion or their hobby or something. Just talk to me and hang out. And today I have one of my favorite friends that one of my the OGs. I'm pretty sure OG threaders. The stoned artist herself. It's Liz Hernandez.
Known artist.
I'm not gonna lie. I just went. We just go to your profile, look at your bio, be like, let me
know.
pick something out of there to introduce with. But hi, Liz. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. Life is crazy, but we're here. We made it.
We
Yay!
made it. I'm so happy that you're here, and thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me and wanting to hang out with me and chat a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. You're freaking amazing. So of course.
Oh, stop. I think that you're amazing.
Aw,
But
you're sweet.
but I what's been going on? Like what are we here? What are we talking about? What
I mean, I just really have found it really crazy how like powerful it can be to just put your true self out there, no
yeah.
matter how weird and like just not like everyone else you feel you are. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just how a lot of times you think it's a burden, but really it's empowering to more people in the world. But you just don't think about it that way.
It's
Because
hard
you
to.
always thought, you're a burden, you're weird, like you just need to be silenced. Like you're the one that's just out of place. And really, it's really not. It's really not. But we don't learn that until way too late a lot of times in life. So
Yeah.
it was just something that came to mind because it's just been kind of a big deal for me right now, I guess. So
Just like coming
but
into
yeah, it's
into
there's so
yourself.
many things that are important in the world, obviously, but I just don't feel super knowledgeable about all the things that I'm passionate about yet.
Fair enough.
Because I'm still trying to figure out kind of who I am really and what I'm all about. But like in general, just right now, the profound thing is just how much of a difference it can make for people when you just like exist and allow people to know you exist, kind of in whatever way. Like if it's a podcast, if it's just like on Threads where we met, where it's just literally you don't have to put a face on there, you just can speak and express yourself into the void, as we lovingly call it.
Yes. Oh, we love the
Our
void.
lovely void. There's a lot of people in that void.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just kind of what has been on my mind kind of recently.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and
Yeah,
I mean, like, representation totally matters. And so like that
for
I've
sure.
had that thought in the past too. Like, I mean, they pretty much that exact sentiment of like, wow, like just like being visible to somebody else, like similar to you, like can be a huge help. I mean, because I even think back to
Yeah.
like for when growing up, like I would have loved to have like, I mean, so I would have. I mean, social media wasn't really a thing, but like it would have been so cool for me, like as
Right.
a gay man, to see more gay men doing like thriving and succeeding online or just in general. And so like
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to be now. But what about for you? Like what about for you? Like what are you how are you experiencing right now? Like coming to terms or like you with your authentic self and putting yourself out there. Like what has that been like for you?
I mean, it's just we're all regular people, and it's kind of interesting when you come to that realization, I guess, as you grow up, because obviously when you're little, you see like the TV people and like you said, representation, like people in the media and all of that. And um you just don't see yourself as possibly ever being anything
Mm-hmm.
like that. And it's just when you finally realize that they're just people who happened to either work really hard because that's their passion, or certain things happen in life where now they have a platform, a spotlight, somewhere they can speak. And it's just weird to me that being not a nobody value wise, but like being nobody of name, like, or
Like
of
a public figure. Yeah.
importance according to society standards, that you could still find thousands of people who feel like you and vibe with you and feel seen because of the things that you say. And you can just help their human experience feel more validated. You could help them feel more comfortable in their own skin just by your normal everyday human self who's sharing the earth with them, just being your true self and being brave enough to share what you're feeling, whether it's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a big thing, is people think you should only share the good, or we only feel proud of sharing the good, when in reality, most of the time, when I've ever felt like I don't know if I should post this or not, like on Thread specifically, like maybe it's too like sad, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes we don't want to burden people
Bring the vibe
because that's what
down.
we just, all those voices of what everyone told you you were kind of get shot back at you whenever you put yourself out there. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to do it anyway because somebody is out there thinking that they're the only one going through it.
Yeah.
So for to realize, oh, yes, I'm not the only person who's been completely misunderstood my entire life and barely figuring out who I am at 30 plus years old. You think that you're just this one person, but when people share the hard stuff, it's where you truly get to see that you're really not the only one who's out there drowning. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
there's people around us, and if we gang together, maybe we can get something going, like there's hope in just knowing you're not alone.
Community is
It's a
strong.
big deal, I think. I think it's powerful.
I would
I
agree.
don't know.
Just finding a community, especially like I mean nowadays, like it's easier to find community or and harder to find community at the same time with the internet. It's
Yeah.
like it's harder because everyone's kind of siloed, but then it's easier that or at least you have some opportunities. Like you and I are connected, and like we probably would have
Yeah.
never crossed paths if it weren't for
That's the
this
thing.
technology that we're enjoying.
Yeah. Like you said, growing up, it's like we didn't have everything we have now. So I think it's really cool that we do. But like we have to go rescue our people now. I feel like I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I'm saying? Like the little kids growing up, they know that they have that and they know they can kind of connect, but like we're already grown and we didn't have that. So it's like, hey, a lot of us, I feel like pretty much anyone is forced to kind of, at least for the first part of our life, we kind of don't have a choice with who we interact with. We don't
Mhm.
have a choice what is in our environment. Even if it was in the media, we don't have a choice if we have access to the media all the time. Um, just like personally growing up, I grew up in that really strict religious kind of thing,
Mm.
um, where they just were against everything. Like it
Wow.
was extreme. And so I grew up thinking that I was literally the only person who felt differently than this very strict, very small section of the world that I was being raised in.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. So I feel like maybe a lot of us kind of in this, I guess, millennial, I don't know what the age ranges are. I'm not smart
I
about
mean,
all
well, no,
that, like the numbers and
I
the
think
stuff.
you and I are both of the same generation. I think we're both
Yeah, but like
millennials with that.
we should reach out because we grew up thinking that we're stuck with whoever we went to school with and whoever lives in our neighborhood, when in reality there's like a whole slew of people who share the same interests, values, things that are important to them, even just quirks and weirdness. Honestly,
Yeah.
there's so many of us weirdos just living alone for no reason because we don't know the rest of us are out there.
Yeah, and I mean, it
um
sounds like with the like, man, like your world must have felt so small, right?
oh my god.
Like a
It's
whole
so
no, no,
embarrassing.
oh no, why? Why
And
embarrassing?
I mean, it's so embarrassing to be in that position
Oh, I see.
of like, I was raised in that, got married into that, and then finally, because of connection, because of basically what happened was in the pandemic, I had to leave my career and be home. I started picking up crafting, and that's when I got into YouTube and I found a community over there, but I still wasn't my true self. I was still just coming from the way I was
Yeah.
raised. I just happened to be kind of weird and goofy, and people, I guess, connected with that. And then the friends that I made through there led me to threads, led me to everything else. And the more I got to experience more people, I got to get a better view of my own world and how closed off and wrong, or not right for me,
Yeah.
it is. And it was so empowering to know that I don't have to live this way that was taught to me and, force fed to me, from such a young age. And so I think that's just, I don't know, it's so great that that's available to people now, and I hope people take advantage of it. And if anything, just the main thing was just helping to reassure people that they're not being a burden by sharing the negatives,
Oh,
because that's
absolutely not.
just,
Yeah, that's that we
sometimes we
all
think I got to share just all the cool parts, but no, like you're not going to find your true people until you show the hard stuff, the stuff that people are all hiding. That's the stuff that's going to make a difference, I feel like.
I yeah,
um
well that's where like the yeah, that's where the connections actually like the deepest
yeah,
connections
that's,
form is through like shared, I mean, really whether or not like it sounds like crappy to say, but like through shared hardship and through shared struggle, I think some of the
yeah.
strongest connections
But
can come.
yeah, and then just to wake up from all of that and then decide, okay, well now I'm gonna be normal or free, I guess,
What
because
your version of
I'm not
normal
normal at
is.
all.
Yeah,
But
no,
but
everyone's
like
version.
when you finally decide to put all that down and say I don't have to live that way, just like we weren't allowed to wear pants. Like it was like floor length
Mm,
dresses, skirts,
wow.
no hair color, no hair cutting, no jewelry. It was very extreme. And so to wake up and be like, I don't know how to dress myself. Like it was
Your
sad. It's so
personality was
sad
stifled for
and
so long.
embarrassing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't.
Yeah, like there's so many cultural references that I have to Google because I wasn't allowed to watch
Mm,
so much stuff. And it's just very weird. It's weird.
yeah.
But being able to connect now, like I met a lot of great people on threads who have also gone through a lot of religious trauma and stuff. And so it's just nice to know that I'm not the only one trying to figure it out.
Sure.
So that's kind of, it's been a really huge support system
I love
for
that.
myself. And so I just, anybody can connect. I swear. I'm literally, again, not in a self-deprecating way, but like I'm nothing special. So like we're just humans.
Yeah.
And the fact that people connect to us is really cool. And I just want people to understand that they can do it too. Like if that's something that they want, if they desire to have friends and connections and people that they relate to, they're out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, just you don't have to be some kind of special something to make a life that you're happy with.
I
So
love that so much. I mean,
yeah, I'm like all
I
emotional.
know
Like
I
it's
love
too
thank
soon.
you. No, and of course, like I can't tell you how to feel, but I could tell you that I don't think that you should be embarrassed because it doesn't sound like it was your fault.
Thank you.
And I mean, but
That's so
obviously
sweet.
you feel what you feel and knows that, like that that's your prerogative, and I can't tell you that's right or wrong or indifferent. But I can tell you my opinion, and I don't think it's your fault at all.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
but I
Yeah.
mean,
It's weird trying to figure it all out now,
yeah,
but
I
yeah.
can only imagine and try to understand through chatting with you about it. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think that you're doing a fabulous job showing your authentic self. At least I feel like I'm getting a piece of it.
I'm trying, but like it's hard too. Like you have to also, I guess, acknowledge that not everybody's going to be comfortable enough to put themselves out there, and that's
That's
fine. But that's
totally
like
fine.
that's why it's great that there's so many different options. Like if you're not comfortable with YouTube, you don't even have to show your face.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable, like there's threads, there's places where you can just do within what you're comfortable with. You can still reach out and talk to people and all of that.
Yeah.
One
Oh
second.
yeah, no,
Yes.
you're good. Uh,
But yeah.
well, that's love. I
But
mean,
I'm really impressed by you.
oh, stop.
I just want to have to publicly say that you are freaking inspirational and amazing. And ever since I found your account, you've just been one of my favorites forever. And so I'm so glad that you're still here, and that you're doing amazing because you deserve it. And I hope you just completely blow up and take over the world, because that is a world that I want to live in. Because you're so sweet and just supportive and empowering and wonderful. And
Well, thank
like
you.
you're the people that I follow so that I remember that it's worth doing.
Oh my god,
I'm
that's so
gonna cry.
Stop it. You're gonna make me cry. Well, because I mean, like I never know what to say to things like that. Because I mean, I feel
Same.
so like I mean I feel humbled by that, because that I guess like
Well,
that's
you deserve everything
well,
good in the world.
thank you.
You're
I mean
amazing.
that's and that I feel like it feels good to hear that, because like that's what I'm kind of trying to do. I'm
Good.
wanting to
Yeah.
I mean I pitched the whole angle of even what we're doing here. Like there's a lot of shit in the world, and I know there's a lot of shit in the world. I don't want to
Yeah.
like, I know I don't like talk a lot about like politics or like the baddest in the world. Like I'm not
Mhm.
ignorant to it. I know what's happening in the world. I just
Yeah.
like, but I know that other people can figure out what's happening they don't need me to tell them what's going on in the world. But what they
Yeah.
might need is some silly goofy shit posting and some happiness,
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming
Closing
to
my door
do.
real
No,
quick.
you're good. But like
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to do here, and like that's why I wanted like this section or like of the podcast to just be like a time to connect. So like our whole through line of what we're chatting about, like this is the avenue I'm choosing to connect, because I want to be able to, like, I like connecting in a little bit a deeper level, because like through threads we could form our little relationships via the written word in our character limit or whatever. But like I feel like we're getting to know each other a little bit better now than we have the entire time we've known each other on threads, which has almost been like what, a year.
This is exciting, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see you.
I
mean, I know like the people listening can't, but
oh
it's so
yeah,
cool that
no,
I can
it's
see you.
and that's just for us. That's why I like this because it makes it feel a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
But like thank you for all that to say. Thank you for those wonderful kind words.
Oh no,
That's
of
very
course.
sweet. And I'm excited to like get this going. But
Yeah,
it is been a fun
I'm
way
so
to
proud
connect.
of you. Like I really hope this takes off and is amazing, because it's just you're one of those people that I feel like people just need to know. Like it's just you're good. Like there's just so many bad influences. It's just to have people like you out there is really healing. It's just good. Like I feel like we all need people that are at our level, kind of like that we can relate to in the struggle that we're in. And then we should also though try to like surround ourselves or feed our minds with people or things that are positive, things that are more like what we aspire to be like, just to kind of catch that vibe. Honestly, I'm just such a weird little hippie like that, like with the vibes.
No, we love the vibes.
So I'm like this vibe of yours, like I just needed it in my life. And so I think we should just surround ourselves with that.
I'll share it here.
And so I'm really glad that you're doing this.
Take some of the vibes. Take them. No,
you're so great.
Well, I mean, like, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but
I know that's But and that's totally cool too.
I try to keep it like
we were saying.
I try to keep it like 90% sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, you're good about that. It's cute though. It's cute though when you do like your frustration comes out sometimes at something, and then you go off about something. I'm like, yes, absolutely.
Sometimes I do get annoyed. Sometimes it happens.
Because that's freaking life. We're gonna get all annoyed at stuff sometimes.
But then I'm
Yeah.
also a proponent of like you don't gotta share
Hmm.
everything. Like,
Yeah, yeah. You do got to see like what's you got to be safe, of course, first
mm-hmm,
of all, and then not everything you want everyone to be picking apart, and I get that too. So that's like it's hard to keep the balance sometimes of am I oversharing or am I reaching out to my friends for help? You know, like
sure,
that's it's something that we, I guess, especially if you're an overthinker, which a lot of us are, if you have anxiety and stuff like that, that you just don't want to really. It's hard to keep it balanced, but
sure.
I know what you mean. Like I need to do better about that because sometimes I'm in a mood for like a month and then I just go off
I
forever.
I the way that I like to think about it, and I don't know, maybe if you want to think about it this way too, but like even just like for like taking other people out of the equation, like just keeping some things for yourself, just to have something for yourself. Like you don't
Yeah.
gotta share it
Hmm.
all because like if you share it
Yeah.
all, like you need to have something for you, something
Yeah.
that's just yours that like no
Yeah.
one get like that's I like to think of
Mhm.
it that way because then it's like, oh, this is just like a special little thing for me and myself. Like, but this is just me.
Yeah. What I really love about the style that you do is that you don't give context. And I just love that. I adore the lack of context because then it makes you think.
Yeah, like
It makes you like, oh, there's like it adds this level of curiosity, this mystery to you.
yeah.
It's like,
Well,
oh my gosh.
here's the thing.
Like is he upset with the barista or is this something deep? Like I don't know.
80 like probably like 80% of the time it's quite literally nonsense. It's like
That's so
I'm
great.
sitting on my couch and I'm just like pew 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 things are just like coming. And
Just say
most
that.
of the time it's quite literally nothing. And sometimes I
That's
have to say
amazing.
like it's not this isn't like add like a pinned reply. This isn't about anybody. This isn't about anything. This is
Right?
literally just like a thought like that just came to me. Please no
That's
one get
gotta be
mad.
so freeing. It's like you could say anything and people just like, oh, it's a random thing that he posted.
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
could you could read it at any time and it ain't even like I guarantee I forgot about
Mhm.
it. I don't know what I said or what it was referring to.
Yeah,
Was it a song lyric? Was it a line from a show? Was it just something that just came to me?
exactly. You never know.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
Oh
that's so
man.
awesome.
Well, how
But
lovely.
yeah,
I mean, looking, I didn't really prepare any questions for or anything for this because I just
I was
figured we
gonna
would
like
like,
make talking points and then I didn't, and then life happened.
it
But
doesn't even matter.
I
Like,
just think it's really great that we all got to find each other, and
yeah,
it's so weird to think how random people that you meet, essentially like a collection of usernames influenced me enough to change my life basically, and it was kind of just weird that I don't know, I just want to like reassure people and reaffirm that like their content matters even if they don't have big numbers. Like
yeah,
making those connections are like that's the true power of it. Like if you had 10 followers and I'm one of them and something you said changed my day, like that's amazing and you are worth the follow. It doesn't matter how many other people think you're cool. If I think you're cool, I'm keeping you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
uh,
Like I just hope people understand and don't get discouraged
yes,
by either lack of growth or just not everybody loving you because there's people who don't who people who I think are cool who don't return those same sentiments towards me and that's okay because
yeah,
maybe I messed up, you know, sometimes we say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or and that's all right. We just don't vibe with everyone. And that's okay. That's hard to accept when you're like a people pleaser or a recovering people pleaser. But
I'm trying to find
yeah.
something. I'm looking at my phone right now. I'm trying to find something because I tried to find something that you posted that made my day that I screenshot. I remember sending it to everybody because
Aw.
you
You're
did
cute.
it. Well, it was when you drew me.
Oh yeah.
I just added like
Oh,
that was
I want to do it again. But I
the
would do it better. I'm mad that I did it so early on in my art thing because I'm better now.
I
I could
mean
do
you
it
can
better.
feel I don't know why I can't find it in the screenshot now, but like I just like my phone is
Oh
being
man.
silly, but I do
It's okay.
well I just that was one of those moments where like I was so happy that like you made my whole day. I mean, obviously, it made an impact. I'm
Aw.
still thinking about it, but like, just the moment, like, just getting the notification and looking at that, and just be like, "Oh my god!" like that is so just
I'm so glad
for
because you deserve it. But
firstly,
like,
like the
yeah.
skill and the talent. And if
Stop.
you're better, like if you've improved now, I mean, I've seen your work.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
It's
Thank you though. I appreciate
you're
that. That's
so
sweet.
no, I mean, thank you, but like that was just like, wow,
Yeah.
what a cool thing and what an honor.
Yeah. I just encourage people to do it more, I guess. Like maybe even if it's not putting yourself out there, but being supportive, even just being one of the good voices is that's like a main thing. Cause it's like if you're having an off day and one person messages you something really cute about your outfit or something, it just sometimes that's all you need to just be like, you know what? I'm glad somebody recognized that, I put some effort today.
Yes.
Because sometimes it takes a lot of work to put effort. Like I'm especially, coming from someone who has a lot of depression that I've been struggling with. I know what it's like to not want to get up, to not want to get out of bed. It's
Sure.
self-care is hard. And so just when people are kind, it makes a difference. And so I guess just motivating people that even if they think, well, no one's going to care if I say anything. Like, I felt bad one day because I was driving down the street and this kid, I don't know, probably teenage years, was wearing such a rad outfit and it was different. It was colorful. It was so cool. And the kid just had headphones on, strutting down the sidewalk. And I'm like, I need to pull over and tell this kid how great they look. It was crazy. And then I couldn't because, I don't know, traffic. And then they were really into whatever they were
Good for
listening to, so
them.
I couldn't get their attention. I'm like, I just hope the universe, somebody tells them how rad they are, because you just never know. You know what I mean? You don't know.
It could
And
make
so,
someone's day better for sure. Kindness is free.
yeah. So I don't know, I just been filled with this gratefulness for all of my wonderful Pixel people, you included, who just made a difference.
Well,
Like if I hadn't met y'all, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I'd just still be miserable.
well, I'm
And I know like a lot of my friends tell me, well, you did the work, you made the choices, you put your foot down, you stood up for yourself. And that's very true. And I am proud of myself, but just the fact that it was sparked from so many people caring
yeah.
and giving a crap about another random person on the internet, it's just baffling to me how powerful just humanity can be when we let ourselves take up that space and be seen,
Yes.
no matter what. Like just your true colors are so important.
And it's a day.
Because we need all the colors.
All the colors. And it's a daily
we need all the
it's
colors.
a daily practice too. Like it's something that you work on every day and you have to tell yourself every day to do. But it's so worth it. For you and now, as we've discussed, like it's worth it for yourself and for each other. We got to show up for each other.
It's been super healing. Yep.
Well,
yep.
Before we wrap up, I want to know, how is the space buns? How's the practice on those going? The space buns are so cute from your profile picture.
I just did the one. I don't know where I saw or where I got the idea from, but I just woke up and I'm like, I just want to rock some freaking space buns. And so I went on Pinterest because I don't even know how to do my hair. I don't know how to do anything, dude.
Well, there's always time.
I'm 33 and like learning the most basic stuff.
Well, there's always.
I wasn't taught to care about myself. Like we weren't allowed to care about appearance. It was everything was bad, So to just try and make myself feel kind of cool, I guess.
Well, did you feel cool?
Fun.
It was
cool. Fun. And again, like all that, I was like, this is the worst. These are so uneven and weird. And then everybody was so kind. And it just made a difference. I'm like, oh dang, I have superpowers now. And it was like a whole vibe. It was great. It was fun.
I mean, I think you should continue to do the space buns because they're a look for you.
Thanks. Yeah.
And if you,
it's fun. Like it's embarrassing to try and learn how to do stuff now, but it's also like I get to fully appreciate the experience, which is different. It's different. Like I went into like a random place to get my ears pierced, like just my basic ears pierced. And like, it's nothing. Like babies get that done. But I got to experience like the whole joy of it, of making the choice and doing something that I wanted for me, even though like people that raised me don't agree with that. And it was very freeing and empowering.
I love that so much.
I'm just excited to kind of do more of that kind of stuff and just, I don't know, just kind of revel in the wonder of discovering things. It's just cool. I don't know.
You're healing your inner child. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Like, oh, little Liz is getting
what I just wish that for everyone. Like anyone who's like just bored and just frustrated with life, like just go back and think about what things would have brought you joy as a child, or what things still bring you joy. Because there's things like my kids ask me, Like, when's the last time you had a Happy Meal? And I'm like, I don't want one. It's fine. I can just get it like a medium fry or whatever.
But
But it's like, what is applicable to you today that brings you that joy, that gives you that feeling? You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like that wholesome just wonder, and just we forget to take care of ourselves
yeah.
because we're taught that either everybody else matters more, or just it's vain, or you shouldn't think about. I feel like we just kind of grew up in a generation that overall feels that way, which is very judgy of everyone, and like not supportive of ourselves. Like if you spoke up too much, you're too vain, you
Yeah.
want too much attention. And it's like we're allowed to be the main character of our story because it's our story.
Yeah.
And that's just something that we've been taught to be ashamed of, or I have. And
Yeah, I can relate a little
it's
bit.
like, no, I'm going to tell my story now. I'm going to say it loud. And if they don't want to watch it, they don't have to watch it. They can change the channel. But like, we only get one shot. Well, in my thought, I only get one shot at this
Mhm.
life. And um, I just can't waste any more of it. That's just my thing. I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to spend the rest of it meeting amazing people like you and discovering all the cool stuff that I didn't get to discover,
How
and just
exciting.
try to find all the little bits of happiness, because that's all it is, honestly. Like,
And like what an exciting way to spend the rest of your life.
right? Just figuring it out. I feel
Yeah.
like the first half was spent very preoccupied with what comes after and trying to be good enough for a question mark. You know what I mean? We're
Mhm.
never going to have all the answers.
No.
So I basically just kind of looking at what I do have and trying to make something really cool out of it. Like that's all we
Yeah.
can do, really,
I tell
because
you,
nobody knows.
yeah, and I tell you what, I don't know what the hell I'm doing either. We're
And
all just
it's
out here
just
faking it
something
till we
that
make
life
it.
teaches you. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm playing with my hair a lot because I'm nervous.
Oh no,
Mhm.
there are
Not like
no
not
no
a lot nervous,
it's
but like
no
the jitters.
you got no need for apologies here. We're just vibing. It's all good.
I'm so glad this is not live.
Oh yeah, no, I know I can cut like I'll cut it down like if for any of these little in between things if you don't want a lot of that in there. But like
Oh no, use whatever you want, but
but
I'm
I
just
mean,
glad.
we're just vibing, and like when I started this, like I had the idea of it being a little bit more structured, but then like in the first episode maybe was a little bit more structured, but then like as like these
Hmm.
conversations have been going, I'm just like, you know what, fuck that, like this, we're just vibing, we're just chatting and vibing, like we're
Yeah.
like we have the topic to kind of guide the conversation, but for the most part, like I don't know, I'm not trying to be something I'm not here. We're just gonna vibe.
Yeah. Okay, close the door, please.
Well, thank goodness the dogs are
Oh,
back in the bedroom.
yes. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I feel like we could hang out a little bit after, but I feel like we're good to I think we're good to wrap
Content
up.
wise,
Yeah, I think we're good.
I just don't know
So,
if I say enough like substance things.
oh,
Like
it's
it's just
I have
a lot
I
of
have
me being
decided
dumb.
I have decided to not worry. Like I was worried about it for a while. It's like, oh, what are they gonna like? Are they gonna listen? I've been having so much fun making this, and it's like, and that's what like it's not even out yet. Like I have 3 episodes in the can. They're edited, ready to go. Like I'm just waiting for that 10K trigger. But like I'm having so much fun making this. Who I don't care. It could flop. I'll
Yeah.
still make at least one season.
Yes, please. Oh man. Yeah.
But
This is so cool.
well,
I'm glad
thank
that you are doing
you.
it though.
I'm happy that you agreed to join me and hang out with me for a little bit. But I mean, where can the Divas find you? Where would you like to be found?
I mean, I live on Threads, so yeah, Threads. I don't even know how to say that. Is it underscore
Yeah,
Liz underscore can underscore fly? Or on the Instagram, same deal.
fabulous.
But that's kind of where I am.
Yeah, we're not doing
Yeah,
the
I
YouTube
have a few
anymore.
other things going on, but that's all just it's just random stuff. But
Fair
if you
enough.
want to talk to me, I'm on Threads. That's where I live. So
That's where I
thank
live
you for
too. Yeah,
having me.
thank
You're
you so
amazing.
much. Oh no, you're amazing. Okay, well we're probably gonna hang out a little bit more, but bye, Divas. We're gonna stop the recording now. Bye, Divas. Oh, that was just lovely. Thank you so much, Liz, for joining me on another episode of Diva. And I want to thank all of y'all divas again for tuning in and for supporting me. And like it really is. I can't reiterate it enough how wonderful it is to have anybody listening at all, because I know that I'm in a place where, like, a lot of that where that it can happen, and I know that a lot of people, when they start their podcasts or anything like that, there's no one, like, they're starting with no one listening, or paying attention, and, like, I feel very fortunate that there is some built-in, because of Threads, there is some built-in people to listen to me. Yeah, and I thank y'all. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, and, I hope you have a fabulous week, and yeah, I'll see you next week, divas. Bye.